Good morning. My name is Ron Larson. I'm the high school librarian. I want to briefly go through an exciting new tool we have in the library, which is the Gale Virtual Reference Library. What it is a collection of 16 different databases along a wide variety of subjects and topics, easily accessible and usable to help in any research or study you might have to do. What I want to do today is introduce you to the 16 databases, how to navigate through them either as a group or individually, how to use some of the specialized tools we have, including how to print, how to save, how to email, how to cite, how to save, and maybe some of the applications that you will find that useful. As you can see on the screen, at some time you're going to have to enter the password, and the password is Spartan. It's very easy. And to get to the database, let's start at the school webpage. We could either go to school and high school and click on media, or we could go to district and hit library media centers, and we would go to the high school library. Now this is the high school launching pad page. What I want to do is, this is what we're going to be looking at, the Gale eBooks. But beforehand, I want to just take a brief time and go through some of the other resources we have available at this website. First off, we have something called Spartan Library News, which is my blog. Every month I'll deal with a different author or book or subject. For example, April was Anne McCaffrey, a female science fiction writer. The month before was Dr. Seuss. We looked at Read Across America Day associated with that. February we had John Steinbeck. January we had Edgar Allan Poe, and you can scroll down to various other authors. Other interesting sites we have on the other side, aptly titled Other Stuff. For example, This Day in History. We could look at and read about Jackie Robinson, who broke the colored barrier, what he had to go through. We could also look at Poem of the Day, Word of the Day. One I like is the NASA picture of the day. As you can see, this is a picture. It's over Portugal. It is the crescent moon over here, and this tiny dot here is the planet Mercury. And if you scroll down, you can have links to related sites or additional photographs. I always like to take a look at that. Anyway, over here, we're at Gale eBooks. This is what we're going to be looking at. When we click on that, the first thing you'll see is the 16 books laid out in a grid pattern. When you roll the mouse over each icon of books, they'll give you a paragraph description of it. I won't read all that, but I will tell you what we have available. We have American Decades. We have the Ancient Greek and Roman Encyclopedia. We have Arts and Humanities Through the Ages, Encyclopedia of African American Culture, Encyclopedia of the Great Depression, European History 1450 to 1789. We have an Encyclopedia of American Literature, Encyclopedia of World Literature. We have Human Diseases and Conditions. We have an interesting one called the New Catholic Encyclopedia, which is quite the compendium not only of the Catholic Church, but of history, culture, architecture, paintings, the last 2,000 years. We also have Encyclopedia of the Renaissance, Shakespeare for Students. This is the Gale Encyclopedia of Psychology. If you're taking the Psychology AP class, this would be a very valuable reference to use. Kind of tied in with that, if you're taking APUSH at all, the Encyclopedia of U.S. History would be a very valuable resource to peruse. Encyclopedia of World Mythology. And lastly, we have Encyclopedia of World War II. Okay, now let's say you're doing a report and you want to access any article in any of these 16 reference books we have. Well, you just go over here to this box and you type in whatever subject it is. For example, let's say you're doing a report on Greenland. We type in Greenland, hit the arrow, and then we'll get a list of, okay. Remember earlier I showed you what our password is? You put the password in there, Spartan, hit login, And right now we have our list of available sources. Now, what a lot of people would do in the past is just grab the World Book Encyclopedia and copy out area, climate, and capital. Here you can look at it from the point of view of Encyclopedia of African American Culture, Matthew Henson, and Explorer. The New Catholic Encyclopedia, you can get information on the Northmen who settled there, the Church of Denmark, who kind of oversees the religious aspect of the planet, or the country now. American Decades, you could look at an explorer, Robert Perry. American Literature, we've got a link. And in World Literature, we've got another link dealing with Greenland, as we do at the bottom when I see World War II reference library. So you can get valuable resources from 7 or 8 different databases just from this one search. Now, how would you use that? Well, let's say you want to find out about Matthew Perry or Matthew Henson. You just, like you normally would, just click on that. It'll give you the article, short and concise, dealing with pertinent information about Matthew Henson. Now, you can obviously read it. Here you see the listen bar. If you press that, after a while, it'll kick in, and you can actually have the whole article read to you, and as it is, the words would highlight on the screen below. I don't think we have a need to do that. Some of the tools you can use, let's say you just want to print it out. Obviously, this is just like what you're used to from any other application. You would see the preview on the right here, and you would hit the print button, and you would have your article printed out. If you'd want to save it, or let's say you'd want to email it to like your school account or to some other account where you would need to work on it, you could do that. You would just type in the email address here, any message like, due Tuesday, report on Greenland. You could have a variety of different options for email format or content. You could choose the applicable one there. Let's say you would want to get the proper citation for this. You would hit Citation Tools, and depending on what your teacher would require, you could either do the MLA citation or the APA citation. If you need to export that to one of these end users for verification or for whatever, you can pick out which one you want, or you can just save it to your Google Drive. Okay, let's say you want this article, you want to save it, you're starting a folder, you're going to go through the different resources and add it to your folder. How would you do that? Well, you'd simply hit save. You would see the arrow or the check mark there, so you know that the information is saved. And if you'd want to access it, you would just go up here where these the toolbar is, Advanced Bookmark, and you would hit More. And you get some additional tools, Dictionary, Search History, Highlight Notes, and where My Folder in parentheses, you'd see 1. You'd click that, and you would see Saved Articles. You would see the article there. You would see it'd be full text, 2 pages, basically a biography, and you would have it saved to your file, and you could export that to whatever additional file you'd want to do. Okay, we won't need that, so we're going to remove that. Okay, now let's go back to our original list. And when you go back, you're going to see that it's the second time through, so to speak. It's broken down into different genres. The subjects here on the right match what you have here on the left. So the resources that you have would be listed under arts, history, literature, medicine, multicultural studies, nation and world, religion, and social studies. That's another way that you can look at that. Anyway, briefly today, I just introduced you to our Gale Virtual Reference Library. I demonstrated how you could do a search through all 16 databases. If you want to go through just one, we did that, and we could utilize some of the tools that we had listed on there, including printing, saving, citing, and how to take notes. Anyway, any questions you would have on this, please feel free to ask me in the library, Mr. Larson. I hope you'll find this a valuable tool, and I hope it's something that you all could use in the future. Okay, thank you very much.